guys, it's me. Sorry to be like whispering, but my partner's sleeping in the room next door and I don't want to be like rah and wake her up because that wouldn't be cool, and then I would get in trouble and then say goodbye to me vlogging. Okay, so today, yes, it's late at night again, but actually not that late, like not crazy 2 a.m. that I've been doing lately. It's only 11, so that's not bad. And I'm awake, so brain functioning, normal time, yay for me. So today what I was thinking of doing, I wanted to do a few different things. I wanted to show you guys my progress with the owl that I've been working on for floss tube. I haven't really been working on it much. I know I say that every time, but that's because it's pretty much true. So yeah, I'll show you guys that. So lighting's probably a little bit bright here at the moment, but yeah, that's done. So that's the owl technically finished, but now I'm just doing like the outside part background. I hope that came out pretty clear. I'm not really sure if it did. Can't see, I got glasses on. But yeah, what I was actually planning on doing was, hang on. It's seriously bright out here, guys. Wow. Okay, yeah, so you can kind of see the colors. Yeah, so what I want to do is take this orange border off, and then just kind of, I want to frame it with this round, kind of like this thing, but it's more of a decorative thing. I'm not sure what it's called. Hoop, embroidery hoop, decorative embroidery hoop. Okay. So I want to frame it in that, and so the idea is take out this thing and then just do the light blue background all the way to the edge, you know what I mean? And yeah, and that will be finished more or less. There's just a few finer details that I want to work on before I say goodbye to that piece. Yay! And then I can actually get on with doing some of my stuff, which I'm kind of missing. So yes, okay. Sorry guys, I really need glasses, seriously bright. So I wanted to do just like a general vlog thing. So today was Monday, and I didn't go to work today. Because I was doing some housework. Well, actually, yeah, okay, so Thursday and Friday last week when I was at work, my back was like kind of really sore, and that's unusual. Like, I normally have some pain in general in my back, and unusual for me because I have arthritis it started in my knees when I was 14, I think that was when it started, and then so that was really bad, and I'm not even going to go into that, but it was just like the actual arthritis part was really painful, and you know, I was bedbound for weeks, literally weeks, not being able to really walk or do anything. But the actual worst part for me was actually having to deal with the doctors, because they gave me some really hardcore tablets to take, and that just screwed my life so much. Like I can remember taking one. Okay, fair enough, you know, like they actually did get rid of the pain, but I still couldn't, like, it doesn't matter whether you're in pain or not. Like, if your knees are freaking swollen, you are not gonna go and walk around and get it, like, go to work and I don't know, hang out with everybody and just do all this cool fun stuff. Like, you're not gonna do that. It's not possible. Anyway, so the doctors, you know, they gave me these tablets, and each one had like their own different set of side effects. But one set of tablets I can remember, they were, whenever I had a dream, it would turn into a nightmare, and the nightmare was so intense that it was like actually was really happening. And they were like the most bizarre dreams. I can remember one of the dreams, there was this shark, and who knows what the hell. There was this shark, and it was like in this paddock, and it was coming towards my house. It was coming, I think, to eat us. I don't know. And I just woke up and I was like crapping myself. It was so real, and it doesn't even make logical sense, but it just like the way these tablets work, they just messed with you to such a point that you did not know what the hell anymore. And after that dream, like, I don't know, I think I just forced myself not to sleep for 2 nights or something, and then eventually I had to sleep. And then the next dream that happened after that, which I think started off okay, it turned out that it just somehow turned quite randomly into a massive fire, and this fire was so huge that it was just gonna like kill everything and everyone, and it was just happening, and it was like just coming towards the house. And I literally, when I woke up, I was crapping myself. Okay, not literally, but whoa, no, but I woke up and I was in a really big panic, and I think I was literally yelling like, "We have to get out! We have to get out! We have to get out!" Like, everyone just, we have to leave. And I don't know, I think it was my mom. She came into the room and she was just like, what's going on? Like, what's happening? What are you screaming about? And I was just like, well, it appeared to me that there was this fire, and literally I was like looking outside, looking outside, totally expecting to see the fire coming. And yeah, it wasn't there, and that just totally, it was so realistic in the dream that when it wasn't actually happening in reality, that it just really screwed with my head. It's like I could no longer distinguish between what was happening in a dream and what was happening in reality, because they were both exactly the same. Anyway, after that whole thing, and I would cry. I would have dreams where my dog would die, my horse would die, things like that would happen, and I would cry for days and days and days, even though my dog was with me, going like, what's the matter? I'll make it all better, and I just look at this dog and I just start crying. It was so terrible. It was like, I think eventually it was kind of like this state where I would have a dream where this thing would happen, and it was really just so real that I was thinking, somehow I'm like seeing into the future, and then like at any point in time, like at any second, this horrendous thing was gonna happen, and I would be like trying to warn people and just be like, look, this is what's gonna happen, this is how it's gonna happen, I know it was around this time of the day, blah blah blah. And they'd just be like, what is wrong with you? What's wrong? What happened? So some of those tablets for treating arthritis were just so bad. I developed insomnia out of it, which took me nearly a year and a half to recover from, basically. I had got to that point where I was so terrified of falling asleep, where I just never wanted to sleep. And you know, when you're not sleeping and the days and time, it's just this thing that you're just in and you're not exactly sure what the hell. And it was just bad. And yeah, I remember watching a lot of SBS during that time, and you know, I was always into media and, you know, trying to work out how, you know the, what could you say, like the artistic aspects of the actual making of the film, like all the behind the scenes stuff, that I would just literally lay there hours and hours and hours just analysing all the different kind of movies. And I remember for a long time they were doing John Wayne stuff, and there was John Wayne, and I was thinking, when is SBS gonna get the John Wayne thing? Because it was just like, and it was all like all these black and whites, and oh my god, I remember like the dresses, like the women, they'd always have like the big massive frilly dresses and the hairstyle and the makeup, and it was just wonderful. I really used to like watching that, and somehow like that, watching that, like especially when the women were on screen, it just kind of made me feel really safe and just like everything's gonna be okay, she's gonna help me. I don't know, like it was just the most craziest time, seriously. Anyway, after a long time of dealing with that sort of stuff, I just said, okay, you know what, I'm just gonna stop this. I'm just not gonna take any more medicine. And I just literally dropped it. Like, I just put it all in one bag and just freaking threw it in the bin. And oh god, that was kind of good, but it was kind of bad as well, because then, like, I think I somehow developed like depression or something out of that, because I don't know how this stuff works, but yeah, I started becoming really afraid of myself and like not sure of what I was actually going to do. So I just felt like I had no control. It was weird, like it was really, really weird. It was just the strangest thing, and it was like I was in this cloud. I was in this cloud, but like my actual being was somewhere else, and I wasn't sure what I was going to do to my being, or what my being was going to do to me. It was just the weirdest thing. And then I ended up having to get you know, tablets for that as well. And then they were kind of better tablets than the actual arthritis tablets. The only problem was that you just kind of didn't, you just kind of became a zombie, and you didn't even care. Like, I just found that it didn't make me feel happy, didn't give me any emotions or anything. It just made me feel like I don't even care now. Whatever happens, happens, and however it ends is how it ends, and none of it matters anyway. So that was that, and it was just such a weird period of my life. Wow, and I don't know how I got onto that from having a sore back at work the other day, but that's just how that happened. Anyway, the point of it is that basically I'm having arthritis, and having, like, the doctor keeps finding more arthritis after like every couple of years. He'll be like, oh well, now you got this here, and now you got it there. Great. So the last time, I think now I'm okay, so I've got it in my knee joints, and I've got it in my hip joints, and now I think I'm getting it in my jaw joints, and a little bit in this joint, because I don't know, I'm just kind of getting those symptoms, I guess, of, I don't want to say symptoms, but it's like you just kind of feel it developing. I know that sounds terrible, but yeah, anyway, that's cool. Now, if I do need to have any medication for arthritis, yeah, I use olive oil, not olive oil, what am I talking about? What's it called? Olive leaf extract. That is really good. It's obviously a vegetarian alternative, and it works very well. And the only other thing I use is like Nurofen. I don't bother with Panadol because that just doesn't help. But yeah, Nurofen, or I think it's not Advanced, that's a cat thing. What's it called? Oh, I can't think of it. Anyway, yeah, so if I'm having like a really rough day, then I'll have a couple of those things, and that's just generally how I get through all of that. So for my Easter plans, Easter holiday plans, okay, so that's coming up soon, very soon actually. A little bit too soon, I can't believe it. Oh my god, don't tell me this is another 50 Shades of Grey. I tried to watch, like, there's all these music videos now related, or like that have been in that movie. No, I haven't seen it. I'm not sure if I really want to see it, but I did try to read the book because, the books, I think there's 4 of them, 3 or 4 of them. Anyway, so I picked it up, and I was just kind of, I was expecting something a little bit outrageous, and my friends, I knew like 3 people that had, 3 women that had read this book, or these books, the series, sorry, and I was kind of expecting something interesting, some level of talent or skill there. And when I was reading like the first page, and I was like, what is this? What is this crap? Oh god, and I was just like, what the frig, man? And I was like, okay, maybe it's just the first page. Might just be the first page. So then I get to the second page, and it's talking about, well, it's attempting to describe these typical women that work in an office, and I don't know, it just didn't make sense, and the sentence structure was just crap. Like, it's kind of like something that you would write if you were smashed and you just wanted to sort of jot down the general idea of where you're going with the story, just the general stuff, and it was all mixed up, and it was all just, okay, whatever, it's on the page, I'll get to it later when I know what I'm doing with this thing. That was it, that was the final piece, that was the final result of this thing, and I just couldn't believe it. I was just like, who the hell sells this crap to begin with, and what the hell, man? Like, I was just so like, how can you be like, hey man, I'm an author, this is my book, and read it, and then they read it and they're like, oh my god, what the what? Just throw it in the bin, Anyway, I'm being really judgmental and a bit of a douche about it, but sorry man, like, far out. If you're gonna write something, and especially like 4 books of this thing, I don't know, at least edit it. At least, like, read the first sentence and go, oh yeah, that's got about 90 errors in it, I gotta fix that. Anyway, yeah, so the movie, I'm not even sure, man. It's probably going to be the man that, does the protector role, and the woman that does the damsel in distress role, and I don't know, he's kind of like obsessive or something, and a little bit sick, I'm not sure, and yeah, she's gonna just go for that, and why not kind of situation. I don't know, maybe there is something there that she's attracted to. And 4 books later, you know, I'm not even sure how it ends. I have no idea. All I know is that it was really poorly written, and if it's something that's that poorly written, I'm just not even gonna bother. Like, I don't care if it's modern and this is the future of books, like, screw that. I'll stick to my back in the day black and whites. It's kind of scary to think, you know, my god, if this stuff sells these days. Anyway, so yeah, Easter. Wow, I just thought there was something there. So Easter. So my mum and my dad. Okay, so my parents have divorced, which is great because that really needed to happen. But anyway, they've divorced, and you know, Easter's coming up, so they're starting to do the whole, so when you're here for Easter thing, and it's like they just kind of jump the gun by assuming that that is exactly what I'm going to be doing when I'm, you know, when Easter comes, which is, you know, being at their house, I guess, or, yeah. But then it gets difficult for me, because then I have to, 1, actually get there, and 2, split my time, and I have to split the time to be fair, because divorced parents are kind of like little kids with toys, so you can't give, like, you know, one a teddy bear and the other one a lollipop. Like, if you're going to give one a teddy bear, then the other one has to have a teddy bear too. So my idea is, okay, I'm going to have 3 days time off without, you know, take away 2 days for traveling, 1 day to get there, 1 day to get home again. So be there for 3 days, and split it, so that's 1 day and a half at each one's house, to be fair. And then come home, and that will be Easter, I think. I'm going to avoid the family Easter dinner, lunch, whatever that will be, because yeah, I don't get along well with my siblings. We are just totally different people. And I'm not going to go into that, but seriously, we're very, very different. Completely different. And I've always kind of felt like somehow I was just randomly placed into this country house with these 4 people. Yeah, like I was taken from this other country, from this other home, and just kind of put into this situation. I've never ever felt like I actually kind of connected or actually belonged to this family. It was just the fact that I was there for some reason. I don't know if anybody else feels that way. And that's the same, like, with this country. I never ever actually felt like I belonged to this country. It's just a weird thing. It's a very weird thing. Like, I keep saying to Lorena, I want to move to Europe, because that's, like, I want to go back home type of feeling. It's weird. I don't know. It's not that I dislike Australia. And I think Australia is a great place because it's becoming more and more multicultural, and I think the more culture you have in one place, the better the place becomes. Like, and everybody gets along well, you know. Everybody is just so peaceful, and we all just do our thing, and, you know, it's really nice. Anyway, so for Easter, yes, my parents have already put like steaks on you know, on where I'll be staying, whose house I'll be staying at first. So apparently my mom wants me to stay at her house first. And my dad just, you know, just in general wants me there for Easter. So I guess that'll be okay. But I do have to work it in so that I avoid that family gathering thing. That it's dreadful. Yeah, and then Lorena is coming with me as well, so we can, you know, somehow find some time in there to do something nice just for us as well. Yeah, she did actually want to go camping. She wanted to go back to the conservation park again, because we had such a really, really nice time there last time, but, you know, family duty. Yay. There's nothing on the scale of George Martin here, but you know, it has to be done. Has to be done. Yeah, so that's my Easter plans. I really hope to be done with this thing by then. I'm pretty well done with it now, so that should be fine, and then I can move on to something else. Thinking of finishing some older projects that I've had sitting in the cupboard. Yeah, get those done first and then move on, because knowing me, I would just keep starting new projects all the time and never actually finish really any of my projects. Yeah, so that's it for me, guys, and just hope you're well. Hope everything is going cool for you, and I will see you guys soon. So bye for now. No, what was I saying? Getting nervous. Don't do that, YouTube. I'm happy here. Thank you, please. So I've forgotten completely what I was saying. This is what happens when YouTube just does its own thing. It just has its own life and changes your music, and suddenly you're like, whoa, what happened? What's happening? What's happening?